Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had that homies whose tactic is to smut people up to make himself look good, make sure you smash that Skasarian right now. Maybe he might learn a thing or two. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the following patrons: Michael, Mua, Winston, Alejandro, Trailero760, El Skid, Nathan, Hobie Cat, Mika Boy, Lead with Love, Albert 12, Soulstar LA, AI Vega, Esquiel, Miguel, Big Bad 48, JT, Nova, Jack, Linda, Michigan Wolverines, Marius, Chevelle 66, Gigi, Abuelita's Journey, and Daus Herrero. If you have not already signed up for that Patreon, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You are definitely missing out. Now let me give a shout out to the people who blessed through the super chats on the latest videos. Big Joe 67, 420 all day in Visa, Esquiel, Fish Slayer, 1967 Kid. Thank you guys. Keep pushing forward. This episode right here, man. Hector, you just been done dropping that fire content lately. Interview after interview after interview. Different perspectives, different organizations, different sets, different areas of California. Yes, that's true. That is true. You know, it almost seems like there's a lot of politic going on in those organizations. Yeah, that's also true. 100%. What about Green Side, Hector? What about correctional staff members? Correctional peace officers, right? We swear to uphold the law against enemies foreign and domestic. We raise our right hand. Oh my goodness, man. 100% is there. Oh my God, is there politicking on the Green Side? And that is what I find disgusting and sickening, right? And I can only I could speak on myself for sure, and I will. But I see, oh man, I seen other people been done dirty, man, done dirty, like foul stuff, crooked stuff, just man, like non peace officer type behaviors, man. Like, to me, we're supposed to be held to a certain conduct and standard, and just out the window, completely out the window. Well, Hector, not you, man. Not you. You seem like a damn great guy. You seem like a good fucking person that's understanding, able to handle business when it's able to handle business, excellent communication skills. Yeah. Yes. That alone drove people fucking nuts. I don't get it. I don't get it. That alone, peers, subordinates, superiors could not fathom it. They could not fathom my style. My style was simply that. Kick back, drink coffee, shop on Amazon, and when it cracked off, handle business. They couldn't wrap their fucking heads around it because they didn't have it down like that. They were just, I don't know, man, using a hammer on a screw, using a fucking screwdriver on a nail, using the wrong tools for the wrong job. They all bring it upon themselves, right? It's like, hey man, just kick back. Kick back. You ain't gotta flex your rank. I already be telling you guys this. Like, if you have to tell people you're in charge, you're not in charge. Clearly, right? You have to keep reminding them. And it's like, hey, they're grown fucking adults, right? They're peace off. Like, anyhow, you could see now my style. Now here on the YouTube, I do I there is no more. I'm not a peace officer anymore, right? So I can say like bro, right, when I'm talking to individuals. In there I didn't call dudes bro. I called them dudes. Hey dude, come here, man. uh Even the transgender inmates there, man, at Donovan, like I would say like, hey man, come here. And like other people, they would probably tell like, hey, don't call me that or this and that. But they knew I wasn't coming from a disrespectful place. It's just like, hey man, come here. Like, I've had it up to here, right? Like, we're gonna talk about this shit. So you hear it. You hear this. You hear that. You hear people smutting you up. You hear, um, oh, this guy's dumb. Oh, this guy's lazy. And it's like, man, I'm not gonna do too much, right? I'm not gonna do extra. When it's time to work, we will fucking work. Ain't no doubt about that, right? I told you guys, make sure they don't jump the fence, the inmates. Make sure they don't stab us, and make sure they don't stab each other. Period. I don't give a fuck about no stupid fucking audit that's made up bullshit. They only want to come down here to have fun in San Diego. They're going to fail us anyways, so they can come back next year. I don't give a fuck about rules violation reports that Sacramento's RVRs 115, the Sacramento's just going to erase off the system. That Captain Carrillo is just going to erase Yoda's RVR off the system. Right? I see what's happening. So why would I continue to shovel fucking dirt in a mound that's just gonna be never ending? I wasn't a dummy. They would wait for you to slip up. They would wait for you to make a mistake. Do mistakes happen? Yeah, of course. I make mistakes all the fucking time, right? But I owned them. Accountability. And they would look at this guy, look at this guy. It's like, okay, guys, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here we go. And it was, you want to talk about politicking, it is no different than blue. Us, besides, we're not stabbing the dog shit out of each other, sending people to Brazil, pretty much doing everything that you can in your power to destroy that person's image, reputation, and candor. Which you're getting new staff members, they're coming in, and they don't know fucking the one person from the next. They don't know fucking jack shit. They're just getting slapped around Charlie yard. Bam, boom, pow, holy shit. Hey, man, what did I ever do to you? One guy did say that to an inmate. Motherfucker got slapped. Pow. Hey, what did I ever do to you? The fuck? Time for me to go, right? Punitive job changes. And a lot of it varied, right? You would have higher ups, administrators, wardens, chief deputy wardens, AWs, suck dick puppet boys, captains, and some people wanted to please them, please the master, right? I wasn't in the business of pleasing anybody. I was in the business of making my superior's job easier, something I learned in the military. But one thing I learned is, and I learned this, man, and this should be a message to my daughter, because she'll probably watch all this shit when she gets older, is be careful when you outshine the master. Be careful when you outshine the master, man. And this is me speaking on me. I never go on the intention anywhere into anything. I don't walk into a Vons thinking I'm all that in a bag of chips. I do be seeing the aisle of chips, though. I don't walk into anywhere thinking I'm above the rest, a cut above the rest, because I'm not. I'm not. I'm just an average fucking dude, right? With a couple of life experiences. But some people in their heads, they'll see somebody like me and they instantly hate it. They fucking hate it, right? And they're threatened by it. Again, they are threatened by it. I did nothing to threaten them. And they're hell bent on destroying that. And I dealt with it with that one warden, and I dealt with it with that fucking snake of a chief deputy warden, who's now running the department into the ground from a desk in headquarters. I think she went from crunching numbers to crunching lives, and who knows what she's doing now. But that part always, I can't tell you if it irked me. It's very disappointing, man. It's very discouraging That's the word. It's very discouraging, man, because and that played a role in me leaving the department too. Don't get it fucking twisted. It was a whole lot of everything. It was a whole lot, man. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere. You guys, I see your guys' comments. I appreciate it. Holy shit, I appreciate it. Negative, positive. You guys are shooting it. Shoot your shot, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. But you got a lot of people say like, hey, it was refreshing. It was refreshing to see a new point of view, the green side. This is it, man. This is it. I'm transparent like a motherfucker, right? Told you guys I have ED, had ED. Ever since I left the department, my motherfucker shit working. TMI, TMI, right? But I was an alarm response instructor. And I knew this. I knew it. I was catching wind throughout the year. Donovan, it happened at Centinela too. It happens everywhere, man. I was an alarm response instructor, meaning there's a way to quell riots per policy and procedure. Tactical formations, tactical movements, deployments of use of force options, whether they're grenades of pepper spray, baton, regular pepper spray, 40 millimeter less than lethal rounds. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed all the instructor stuff, man. You guys can see, like, I like it. Number one, it got me away from the mundane being inside a prison yard doing that thing, right? It's different, change of pace. And then a little bit of freedom, right? And then the instructing of the newer kids and or people coming through the rotation training again. I enjoy teaching, right? I didn't always enjoy teaching. It's just at that time of my life, it is something I thoroughly enjoyed, schooling the youngsters. Man, I've been in a few stuff throughout my 16-year career. I've been in a few riots. I've been in a few staff assaults. I've been in a few attempted murders. I've been in a few murders, overdoses, suicides, cell extractions, the whole nine, man. We were doing alarm response training and minimum at Donovan. You had all the new kids right there. Was right before I left. There was a lot of icings on the top, the cherries that sealed the deal. Like, I'm out of this place. I am out of here. I might do a whole episode on what exactly it was that made me bounce. Everything that I'm like, can't. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough right there. So I am like doing my thing, right? The only thing I say is doing my thing. Hey, man, come here. You go over there. Did you not see this? You might want to position yourself here. Check this out. You never want to have your back. You got to have an egress route. Just doing my thing. Notice these stairs right here, right? Learn the layout of a yard, before you hit a yard. Go over there, walk around, look at the buildings, walk in and out of the buildings, look at the gunner position, right? What can that cover? Are there any blind spots? Yeah, RJD be having some blind spots, Donovan. So it's just like taking everything into consideration from a tactical aspect. And this sergeant walks up to me. He probably remembers this conversation. He is in charge of the training. They got like three sergeants in charge of the training. And he goes like, man, everybody says you're a dummy. Everybody says this, everybody says that, but you actually know your shit. And I'm just like, yeah. Yeah. And then it dawned on me, right? It didn't dawn on me. It just sealed the deal. Like, this is the environment that I'm in, right? They're controlling the narrative. If 200 people saying this dude is no good, right? Or certain haters, whatever you want to call them, If you're new, you're gonna see like, well, you're gonna listen to them, right? You don't know which way or the other. So I'm like, I have to leave here. I have to leave this department. Like, this department is a cesspool. This department is toxic. Like, it doesn't foster a positive environment. It fosters a very negative environment. And like, I was cool with that, man. How old was I? This was, well, fuck, 30. I was 38. It happened this past year. We just hit 8 months since I've resigned. August 1st was yesterday. I resigned December 1st, 2022. You can see, man, I'm looking younger, feeling great, mobile, positive, doing my thing, doing communicating, talking, something I'm passionate about, man. And I didn't change my style. It's the same fucking style, right? So I don't like that type of politicking. I don't agree with that type of politicking. Don't involve yourself in politicking. Try to stay out the mix. The thing is, I didn't even involve myself in any type of politicking. If a person was a lame or a coward, I would tell them, like, hey, that's fucking pretty cowardly of you to stay out on workman's comp for fucking ever, right? Like, they know what they were doing. With that, the message for today, man. I was talking to somebody the other day and I told them, it's kind of going through it. And I said, check this out, man. You really, really, really have to remove all things negative from your life. Stop watching the fucking news. Stop watching stupid, violent videos that are gonna, whatever you're putting into your mind is what you're gonna think. Stop having those negative thoughts, because if you think you're not worthy, you're not going to be worthy. Period. You will be amazed by simply removing negativity from your life. Just that, how much your life will start to get better. Keep pushing forward.